how are you doing? I'm going to paint the Metallurgist, which we started work on last time. And sorry, bumped the camera there a little bit. Hi, Flippo, how are you doing? Hi, Glitch Bliss, how are you doing? Nice of you to pop by. This is how far we got last time. And I think like the next step is to highlight that red pants, trousers, like cloth. Yes. Streamlabs thought Flipal was using foul language. I don't think he was. Well, huh. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, she loves Streamlabs. No, like, I don't know. Didn't you just say hi or something? Hi, McLove. We painted these trousers in Mephiston red and then shaded them by just adding a little bit of black to that, I think. Could like, yeah, please refrain from using typos or something. Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe a little typo and Streamlags got into a fit. But yeah, I'm gonna start highlighting this by using some Citadel Evil Sun's Scarlet. Ultimate form of gatekeeping, having a paint line where the paint names only make sense if you know like all of the game lore for the games of the company, right? Just doing a little bit of a black lining there. Area between the red and what? Streamlabs keeps blocking Flipball? What? What's going on? You can't write infamous. That's interesting. Streamlabs does not want us to talk about infamous stuff. That's a little strange. Like, I feel infamous isn't exactly a foul word, is it? Oops. Sorry for that terrible sound. My lamp does that at times. I try to move the lamp and it like that. Wow, this is really professional. It just came loose. Oh, want to become famous. You know, that makes sense. Like you can't write the word famous anymore, maybe. Want to become infamous? Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. Cool with the infamous stuff. I like those. That's a really nice zip you painted. I still really want a Invader Zim crew with Gurr as Earl Burns or something. God, I feel like that sound from my lamp is still kind of reverberating in my ears, like really cut into me. Ouch. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just it's really sharp. I hope it wasn't as sharp for you guys. It was harsh. So what infamous model are you painting now? Only the zip bot. Yeah. Maybe it's a bot for like edge lords. Want to become infamous? Why so serious? Etc. I mean, could be. Maris, nice. That's a Mary model. Sorry. Mm, mm. So I normally stream on Thursdays, but sometimes private live stuff. So I managed to swap this week. So that's nice. Yeah. So Virik was kind enough to let me swap. And I think you'll see Virik streaming on Thursday instead. Just realized Virik is perhaps not the name he uses on stream. No, I'm unsure. Kim can correct me. Painted Zip and Munch already. Yeah, I've seen. Those are really cool. Turn out great. Looking forward to seeing them on the table. Flipao is the Bayou player on our Six Nations team. Super nice guy and paints some lovely models. I know Weird has shared some of Flipao's work on Instagram. Sorry, I thought I put my phone on silent. This is really Pro Tuesday. Thank you, phone. So I saw some stills you shared of your animatic McBluff. Those look really cool. I'm really keen to see more. I'm glad. It's exciting. So McBluff has done and is working on another animatic, like kind of music video. I'm not sure if that's the right term for it, of Malifaux. So keep a lookout for that. Okay, so I'm gonna do a highlight of where did that paint go? There's that paint. Got some Fire Dragon Bright, and sometimes to do like Wild Rider Orange and that Fire Dragon Bright. Could just mix Fire Dragon Bright and Evil Sun Scarlet actually as an in-between highlight. Kind of does pretty much the same thing. Wet palettes are nice. Saves me from looking for another bottle of paint. Just becoming swarmed by the paints. Just concentrating on the edges and trying to make thin highlights showing off the Evil Sun Scarlet underneath it all. So like, this might be obvious to some, but there are a couple of different ways to highlight red. Like if you just add white, you get a pink highlight, which may or may not be what you're looking for. And you can also, of course, go for this kind of warmer orangey one, which is what I'm doing, sort of. Or you can add in like Caucasian skin tones. Works as a good kind of middle ground if you to add to the reds if you want to avoid your red being too orange or too pink in the highlights. I kind of like this, like Fire Dragon Bright is an orange color for sure, but it's like not the most orange of oranges. So I feel like it still looks red if you don't want to overdo those highlights. Because the risk is that if you highlight if you make your highlights too broad, like you'll end up with something that looks orange instead of red. Keep spilling paint on her chest. Sorry. So going to Pure Fire Dragon Bright, I'm just gonna apply this in few like raised areas. Certainly leaning into orange a little bit here, but like if we feel it's too much, you can always tone it down. I really like how rich it looks. If we think it's too orange, we can grab some Mephiston red, water down, and just have that onto the areas we feel we want to far into orange. Hello, Dumlock. Nice of you to pop in. How are you? I think maybe paint her hair next. Looking at Parker a lot this week. He's cool, isn't he? Really like Parker. I'm gonna look up the artwork real quick. They're good buddies, yeah. They come up with a brilliant idea for a heist, didn't they? So I'm gonna paint I'm painting the hair XV88, or as people might say, like ochre. But in Citadel land, it's XV88. Like a light ochre color. Going for a blonde haircut, like in the hair color, I'd say, in the artwork. Like, I haven't read the lore with Zip and Parker yet, actually. Looking forward to it, though. I need to pop into Bridgeside Broadcast to see which books are like adapted to audio. Like, I think they're in the Neverborn book now. Like, I don't know which ones were before that in the order of things. Last thing I read was Molly looking for Philip together with Archie, but I haven't finished that one. So it makes a little bit of Avalanche Sunset into that XV88 to create a highlight color, or like a mid-tone, and pinning it on, avoiding like the recesses, the lowered areas of the hair sculpting. Yeah, the classic order was always Guild, Restless Arcanist, and then Neverborn. Yeah, and I wonder if that'd be my guess, that they do them in that order. And I've read the Neverborn book. I'm not sure how important it is to read. I don't think it's important to read them in the correct order with the faction books, but yeah. Guild comes first. I think we're gonna go for some Vallejo Bone White to further highlight this. Adding it to our mix. The hair is then later gonna get hit by some turquoise or light blue glazes. What with this electrical effect. But we'll just paint it as normal for now. I just first grabbed the Neverborn faction book because Neverborn often have like the coolest stories combined with Resters, in my opinion. So, hi Guzlato, how are you doing? keeping busy. Swapping to pure Vallejo Bone White, just doing more highlights, and always, as usual, leaving a little bit of the lost color showing, doing thinner and thinner highlights. Still want that yellow to show. You all safe there with the weather? Oh, is it stormy in Texas? You're good. That's nice. I think we're safe here too. I mean, Putin keeps threatening Sweden, but I don't think they're going to do anything. Different kinds of storms. Hope you're staying safe and the storms don't get worse. Slept through it all is nice. Can be nice sleeping with a storm, as long as it doesn't interfere, of course. I think it can be cozy with stormy sounds. Preferably you'll get to keep your roof while you're sleeping, but you know. Hello, Spider-Dine. Time flies when you're doing not doing anything. That doesn't make sense to me. Isn't it the reverse? Or have you been playing hooky? Having fun instead of working? Just asking in front of the computer. Away from keyboard, in front of the computer? Huh. Well, it's cool you're here. Let's base coat the metals. I'm going to be painting true metallic metals and I try and use my dedicated water pot for that. I often end up using the other one by mistake and then having to go exchange the water, but we'll see. if anyone's wondering, if you're using true metallic paints, like they got tiny little flakes in them to create that metallic shiny look, and those are kind of bad for your brush. So that's a reason to have dedicated paint water for that. If you have dedicated paintbrushes for metals, like my fancy paintbrushes, they don't get used for metals until they're a little worn out. So I'm just gonna like if you some people will use budget brushes for most things and just get awesome results, but if you use like Kolinsky Sable, don't do metallics in the same order. Like have a dedicated pot for metallics and dedicated brushes for metallics. Metal paints is where paintbrushes go to die. The end of the line, the last stretch, something. Or rather, I guess, the end of the line is dry brushing. Fancy brush, starting to get worn out, becomes a metallics brush, and then becomes a dry brush, something like that. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, like it can be difficult. Like you obviously don't want to use crap brushes because you still like using crap brushes is not a great experience. You still want to have the advantages of good brushes. But metallics really take a toll on your brush. It is an argument for non-metallic metals, I guess. Washes can also wear out your brushes because the wash, being so watery, easily gets into the ferrule and dries there, and then suddenly you don't have as good of a tip anymore. I'm sorry if I'm Captain Obvious here for everyone. But it might be helpful for someone. Buttons. No, I don't have to say buttons when I paint buttons, but maybe it helps. Right? Just base coat all these metals with lead belcher. And I think this mini is amazing if you want to try out metallics. Or, sorry, non-metallic metals, because like it's got very clear geometrical shapes. Cylinder. Several cylinders. Singing to your model helps. Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're mixing some black into the flat belcher, and we're gonna start shading. So I'm gonna use a non-metallic metal technique to shade this metallic metal, because that is like a pretty good thing to do. So I'm gonna shade here. This metals, it's all about the contrast. Like sudden moves from dark to light. Like, Elinore, why are you painting NMM with metallic paints? Like, aren't they supposed to be for making painting metals easier? Well, yes, maybe, I guess, but it just tends to look the best, you know? So, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's gonna look hella good. Then let's do some pure black. Like paint it here almost up to the we'll leave a little bit of that lost shadow up there so we get a little bit of a transition. You actually don't have to do super mega smooth blends to do NMM or to do this metallics NMM hybrid technique. You don't have to. It's all about the contrast, and the eye is going to help fill in the rest. Smooth blends are really nice, of course. Using NMM techniques with metallic paint makes them look great, says Coslaudo. And yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Speaking like a super posh Brit is always just fun. Probably doing a really shitty impersonation, but who cares? Right, we cannot forget these cylinders. We mustn't. So it's a little funny that, like, in my opinion, the best way to paint metallics is to paint them like non-metallic metals. But yeah. I really like metallic metals. Like in pictures, I think NMMs really work out. They win out. Work out. Yeah, I guess they win out. But there's something really nice about the impression that a good metallic paint job does when you get to like see it in person or on video, I guess. Dumlag says, to be fair, as a Brit myself, shit impression is all Britain deserves. I mean, I guess. In a way. Historically, perhaps the douchiest country ever. Maybe. Here I am insulting people on their nationality on Play Weird's channel. As a Swede, historically also a pretty shitty, douchey country. Rosado says, completely agree in that technique. It puts the shading into it, but doesn't take as long as NMM. Yeah, agreed. Smartdown says, I only have 2 molds to paint for GothCon. Nice. GothCon. GothCon is not a con for goths. It's it is a games con in Gothenburg. And a lot of people in Gothenburg also get confused. They're like, GothCon? I thought it was a con for goths. No, it's just a games con, like Gen Con, but in, well, it's not very commercial, I guess. But like, it's a games con for board games and miniature games and card games and role-playing games, etc. Which is every Easter in Gothenburg. Until COVID messed that up, but you know. And I'm going to, well, I'm hosting two tournaments in GothCon this year, 2 one-day events that also serve as a 2-day event if you want to play 2 days. Because like half the people seem to want to play 1-day event, half the people seem to want to play a 2-day or so. Like, you can have both. And nobody can stop me. Like, some people, you might say, no, that won't work. I don't give a shit. Wrestler style. Yeah. Yeah, I'm calling it, it's a resurrected one because I had to cancel last event because of COVID. But resurrection is a great theme for Easter, you know? Okay, so we want to highlight this more. Where's the silver? There's the silver. You're going to stop me? All the way to Sweden to stop the shenanigans. I mean, yeah, sure. The zombie holiday. I feel like maybe, like in a way, yes. I want to be respectful of Christians, but like, yeah, like it's a holiday about resurrection, sorta. And as a wrestler, part-time wrestler, I like that. So, like, metals reflect little light. Like, actually, all surfaces reflect light. But, you know, like, there's going to be some light bouncing up from the ground onto the metals. And thus, we want, since metal is highly reflective, I like to say, we want a highlight underneath here where the light bounces up to it. Gustavo says, right, I won't get into the liches or anything. People get mad at me when I do. Well, like, joking is fine, right? As long as we're all respectful. Well, Or maybe they wouldn't. But of course, like, the upper part should be brighter. We should have a highlight. Can have several highlights, you know. Maybe a highlight here. Which actually, like, we're just imitating reality. We want it to look sort of realistic and cool. And but like, do you feel determined to paint it in metals? Because I think like painted red looks like, I feel like Guild would just often paint all their robots red. Being the pure, good color that it is, representing all the good values of the Guild. Or something, like, I don't know. Because I think I want to paint my Hoffatar, that's a good word, my Hoffatar red. Yeah, can weather them. Issue using ring fan steel to highlight metals and paint just one stick. What? Are you sure? Maybe you have a faulty pot? Faulty pot. Faulty pot. That was just weird to say. Fun to say. Shake it enough? Bad pot? Like a lot of good values, Guild, pick one. What? The Guild are clearly the good guys. Without them, we just have chaos. And people would just descend into a primitive state in Malifaux. Right? Or is that President Snow talking? I don't know. Maybe. I'm being explorer curious. I like exploring things. But it does look like maybe we found another Explorers player for our team. I did, yeah. Spiredan is referring to me being the guild player of the Swedish Six Nations team, but like, one of our teammates had to unfortunately cancel, and that opened up Explorers, and I was like, oh no, identity crisis. Oh no, because I love Explorers, and I've had more success with Explorers than Guild so far. But yeah. Bayou and Bandits. Woo! Can also do some scratches. That could be cool. And you can start painting the scratches like either with silver or with black or brown if you want that to look a little rusty. I just happen to have a dark paint on my brush, and so I start painting scratches with the black, which is actually the shadow of the scratch. Like the shadow in the indentation of the damage to the metallic surface. bit of black paint up there, I think. I want it to be brighter down there. Like a dark reflection here. Yes, that looks good. Yes. And now we want to... Painting question. How would you paint red brick or brick tile roofs? I would mix like red and orange and browns until I get a brick color. And then I would, I don't know, wash it with flash wash and re-highlight and add some like bone white to highlight, probably. Right. What is the plan with the flames on this model? I plan on painting them a light blue or turquoise, and then doing some subtle-ish OSL. So I'm now painting little scratches with Runefang steel, and you want to do that underneath the shadow because the light hits the lower part of the scratch and the upper part is going to be in shadow. Old G-Dub's tower. That's nice. Oh, still seeking the blade, huh? Let's hope you find it in the mail. If anyone's interested in going to Sweden, Gothenburg for the tournament, just give me a holler for info. People from other countries are more than welcome. We are going to have people over from Finland and Denmark. So that'll be cool. So Finns and Danes can beat up us arrogant Swedes. That'll be nice. Right, so we still have to paint. I think this kind of looks pretty good. Maybe some more attention to the small cylinders. Dunlag says, I'd love to hit it up GothCon once, actually have a crew next year, maybe. That would be awesome. I have kind of, historically, kind of, sort of, held Malifaux there every other year. Sometimes it's been organized by my dear friend Johan, but you know, maybe it's very possible I'll organize Malifaux again there next year. Like I'm not the most frequent organizer, but I like giving back to the community, stepping up and just holding some events, and it's fun. Like it's a good feeling when you hold an event and people are happy about it. What? I'm confused. Chopped liver? Why would you be that? Yeah, you gotta win the tournament. Okay, so we didn't paint the medals around the around the electrical flame. So let's do that now. I'm not worried at all about overspell onto those areas. Just gonna paint over this metallic later. Like I didn't follow. Swedes are, I called Swedes arrogant, and then you're chopped liver. What? Did I miss something? I'm easily confused. You know that. When you're ignored or not considered in a statement, but I said Finns. I said Finns and Danes, didn't I? I'm confused. Oh no, Spiredine's feeling ignored. That's no good. No, I said Finns and Danes. Pretty sure I did. It's what I meant to say, at least. But I am mumbling quite a lot. Flippo heard it. Flippo heard it. It is known. So I'm painting the border off her goggles and silver. Paint you're using doesn't taste good. No, same here. I try to not eat the metallics. They don't taste very well. They're probably extra bad for you, I feel like. Probably. Mostly tastes bad. Mostly. If you ever review paint, you should certainly factor in taste. Okay. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's all right. I'm not going to encourage eating paint though. I love the Ninjon's video where he wants to be transparent about the technique he often uses for blending. And he's like so bothered. Like he wants to be transparent with how he achieves things, but then like he's bothered by that actually being he's often licking the brush. And he really doesn't want to recommend that. Spit blending or lick blending. Spit blending. Yeah. We will, when we die from poison, at least we'll be remembered and immortalized, sort of, on YouTube, Twitch. So that's good. This brush is coming apart. When, not if. Yeah, maybe you have a point. When we die of poison. Duck well. See ya. Yeah, take care. I think maybe we'll paint leathers now. Spartan says, I'm pretty much if on this whole dying situation. Yeah, that's good. That's a good approach. Now, where's that dried bark? Citadel dried bark. There you are. Let's paint some leather together. Leather together. Is that really true though? This reminds me of the good old saying, I intend to live forever or die trying. I don't recall who said it or if they died. but I believe they tried. Pretty sure you're supposed to eat your spinach, at least, if you want to try. Feel like that's something you should do. So I picked up some dried bark, mixed it with some black, and painting midtones on, well, fair enough. Painting midtones on the leathers, because I want some dark leather. Leaving some black in some places for some shading. Well, that's good. Maybe. Like, just don't live as if you're immortal, because that can be unhealthy, probably. Could probably paint a little blonde lines like across this like the goggles. I mean, her hair is very short. Maybe it'll look cool if you have a little bit of hair like on top of there. I don't know, might change my mind. So pure dried bark. So that's dried, not dried. As a first highlight, I'm painting all the leathers the same way. It's quicker, looks cohesive, and just works. Just dragging the brush along this leather strap makes it easier to highlight it. Also, I've never seen any evidence that YOLO. No, I think that's just an assumption. think like it's a pretty decent assumption. Like seeing it as a surprise that you might live, like being surprised to find out that, oh, I lived twice, is perhaps the best way to go about it. I feel like if you live several times, you probably won't know. Otherwise, some schmuck would have told us, right? Like, in my last life, like you're not gonna recall, probably. Feel free to disagree with my ramblings. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna mix a little bit of sorry, I don't know what to reply to that. I'm gonna mix a little bit of bone white into the leather paint. Maybe a little bit more. Further highlights along the edges mostly. Maybe a little scratch or two here and there. I think they were someone famous, so it's more likely they were random peasant number 12. Oh. Yeah, but like, yeah. I'm fine with it. Just letting that slide there, letting that go. I can't speak properly. I'm feel a little, feel a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, even. Hope that passes. Don't know why. Maybe I had too much coffee or something. Lepo's starting to regret the decision to do NMM on Zip's crew. Maybe you can swap to what I'm doing. Or just power through. Never. Fair enough, fair enough. You admit regret, though, don't you? Okay, pure bone white might be a little harsh. I feel like my brush control is perhaps a little bit lower than it can be for me. Babe by the Swamp Pack. She can be a little mean, can't she? She can be a little a little harsh, a little sadistic, perhaps even scary. If you highlight the leather areas, like from dark up to complete white, they might look like well cared for, and like if they're shiny, they've been polished and stuff. So I think, or like new at least, you want them looking a little older. You can go for a little matter finish and like not highlight up quite as far. And you can do this little scratched highlights kind of to suggest a rough surface. Like I feel this like character that she takes care of her gear, but like doesn't mean she'll buy new boots every month, you know? Nice. Might get to the metals in this tower today. Gotta keep climbing that tower. Nice to have some new terrain. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to take a little break for 5 or so minutes, and I'll be back very soon. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. I had to get some air and a little snack. Mm. Yeah, a little sleepy, or like I wouldn't say I'm dizzy, but like I'm a little. I don't know. Maybe a caffeine low. I think sensitive people be sensitive. Um, so we got this little cable. Maybe we could paint that red too. Tie it together with her top, or not top, well, trousers. Dungaroos, whatever. Thank you, McBluff. McBluff has a question. Shoot. How happy would Archie be if we got him a Mr. Whippy ice cream truck? Uh, like, I'm not familiar with Mr. Whippy myself, but it sounds like something that would make them very happy. Right? Whole truck full of ice cream. Yeah. That sounds like a cute drawing, by the way. I would also be happy to get an ice cream truck, I think. Now, with all that talk about ice cream trucks and Captain Zip, I just keep thinking of the ice cream truck in Invader Zim. Slightly manipulative. I think I like that little red cable cord thingy. Mr. Whippy is a UK ice cream brand and ice cream truck service that, according to one of my English friends, is the food vehicle of the gods. McBluff, I am convinced that Zip and Sim are the same person. No, but I think I really think there's a little bit of a Zim inspiration in Zip. This is my guess, at least. But yeah, them in the same room would be obnoxious. It would be like, overlapping boring conversation auras. Whew. It'd be a lot. Maybe. We probably just haven't had the idea yet. I often fantasize about a invader Zip crew. This is perhaps not a healthy fantasy, but could have a model that looks like his dad, be like, Parker, maybe. Gur and Archie really appreciate ice cream. Okay, so I think maybe we missed a few highlights on her the leather band here for goggles. Yeah. This is maybe when we paint the electrical fire lightning thingamajig thingy. There we go. I think so. So I'm going to use some Reaper Marine Teal and base coat this. Cool effect. I'm gonna leave a little bit of black there to like make that look like different sort of parts of the electrical current. God, my head just got pretty empty. How's the painting going? No, sorry. How's the painting going, Flip Owl? You conquering that MM? No thoughts left. Yeah, no. Nope. Blank. I'm sure there will be more thoughts, but currently I feel like Homer Simpson with that monkey in his brain making noise. Yeah. Blue on the Fire was a good call. Thank you. I'm kind of mimicking the artwork a little bit. I'll brighten this up. Maybe a little bit more blue than in the artwork. Like the artwork has very thin strands of lightning. I don't know if you describe lightning as having strands, but this is a little thicker because like it's a miniature. And you have to make some compromises. What was that, Kitty? make some compromises, like when translating artwork into plastic. I think I'll get him. Oh, maybe you deserve rest, Spiredine. You've done enough. Don't move. You've done enough. Flipal says, Merce, Rocket is NMM on point. Also, good progress on the exhaust. Gotta go. Thanks for the entertainment. We're on for Juevde, by the way. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, we're going to a Malifaux day in another city, town, whatever, on Sunday. So that'll be fun. Probably gonna bring Hoffman and Nelly. We'll see. Gonna need 2 thin coats for this, probably. Paint the goggle glass in the same color. Eesh, scratchy. There we go. Hi, Leogon. Nice to see you here. How are you doing? We're painting the Metallurgist from Weird Games. And I'm just now mixing a little bit of Surf Aqua into some Marine Teal, both Reaper paints, to highlight this electrical fire. She's showing off with tiny goals. Some of those colors on the the chat window are a little awkward. I find it really difficult to read that like dark maroon one. Luckily, I can see the Twitch chat, so like it's not really a big deal. You just finished a bust and need to find a plinth. So I had one at home, but nope. Oh, cool. What bust was it? Thank you. I'm yeah, pretty good. Like I think I drank too much coffee or something because I'm feeling just a tiny bit lightheaded. Not enough to have to lie down or something, but really liking this miniature, so that's cool too. Cool to paint, and painting like electrical effects is always a fun challenge, I think. Or maybe it'll turn out to be really frustrating. Who knows? So Reaper colors are matter than Citadel paints, which is something you might want to keep in mind if you're going to use both like I am. But I am going to varnish the miniatures, so it won't really matter that much to me. I'm going to use Vallejo matte varnish. Either paint it on or apply it by airbrush. Like I've got a spray can of Vallejo matte varnish too, which is fine, but I feel paint on or airbrush makes, like, it gives you a finish that is more true to the paint job. Does that make sense? Called Apple from Reina Roja Miniatures. Cool. I'll have to Google that, or well, actually, you can just see that on your Instagram, probably. You know, gonna be fun to check that out. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll Google. Or be patient, or just forgetful. One of those. Thank you. Logan's a very good painter. If you wanna, you can look up his Instagram. The same nickname, I believe. Or I'm confused. I think so. Okay, so now painting with pure surf aqua. Logan paints, right? That's the one. Go check it out. No problem. You're welcome. De nada, etc. I'm trying to learn Spanish, and I'm annoying my girlfriend to no end with just randomly speaking Spanish with her. So that's me. She does not speak Spanish, no. She'll usually reply sí or spasiba or something. Like I studied Spanish when I was a kid for a few years in school, but I never really got very good at it. Never really saw, like, I didn't think it was all that fun, and I never really saw why I would have to study it. I was like, why do I need to learn Spanish? And so I didn't learn all that much. And I've just, for a while now, thought that it's a little sad. So I picked up on that again and trying to learn a little bit. No super specific goal, just trying to learn some. Pretty fun. Yeah. I kind of like Spain, so I want to go there again. Maybe I'll end up trying to speak Spanish with some of Team Spain, Six Nations, and just they'll reply in Spanish and you'll be like, oh no, I've exhausted all my Spanish knowledge. I don't know what they're saying. It's probably what's going to happen. McLove says, I once annoyed my friend by speaking in Spanish and saying lo siento when they got jokingly annoyed as I continue with various phrases. She doesn't speak Spanish. Yeah. Makes sense. Lo siento. It's a beautiful language. Friendly neighborhood menace. You discovered yesterday? What happened yesterday? World Model Expo. Cool. Don't break Coslado. That's not nice. It's very difficult to put Coslado back again since we're so far away from each other. But back together was what I was going to say. I think together must miss out in that sentence. So I've added some white to the surf aqua. Or should I say agua? Spain is really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And as you might have noticed, I don't say Vallejo, I say Vallejo, like some bloody tryhard. So, yeah. Pathetic. Need to learn some basic Malifaux Spanish. So now, I think Crow is Cuervo. Mosques, Mascara. And book is Libre or Libro. Libro. Shouldn't V be B also, or is that a dialect thing? Vallejo. Yeah, like to my ears, it sounds like a little bit in between, like Vallejo. Yeah, it's more Vallejo than Vallejo. You're right. But yeah, I guess it's more like what I'd say is a B than a V. McBlood says, I saw an animator from Spain get super excited for the new Pokemon game on Quitter. On Quitter, the new community setting, Quitter. Hello, kitty cat. Because it looks like it's based on Spain. It was adorable. Nice. Oh, so that's cool. Yeah, I think you're right. No, don't eat my cardboard. Kitty. She's like protest eating my cardboard boxes. Like I got a cardboard box full of miniatures there on the floor. She doesn't think I feed her enough. Hi, kitty. Do you want to say hi? Want to say hi? Hey, kitty cat. You want to say hi? No. Not enjoying this? Okay. Put you down then. And thanks for teaching me 20. I'd forgotten that, actually. Forgotten the word for 20. Vale. Vale. Yeah, bit different. I got cat hair in my face. Wonder how that happened. Probably gonna sneeze soon. Yeah, I can see that. Vale? Yeah. Cat hair. Ugh. Okay, so maybe pure white in some places. Probably make this pop more if we are a little conservative with where we place that pure white highlight. Less is more, etc. When painting lighting, I think kind of looks nice. I mean, this looks a bit fiery, like electrical fire, but it's kind of nice to put the brightest color in like junctions and turns. That tends to look good. So like in this junction and in this turn, and this little junction. Lightning junctions, huh? Spider-Dan says, I find it a bit weird that the dark is in the middle and light in the edges. Like, well, it's lightning, you know. It's like we're trying to capture something that's not really. Yeah, I tend to paint fire in a sort of reverse, but I'm trying to think of like, yeah, this is the lightning effect. It's brightest in the middle here, and then we get darker towards the edges. So like there are different ways of thinking for this. I'm liking how this looks. I think yeah. I think you're missing a word there, but I think what Goodlad is saying is that fire and electricity are difficult to capture because they're a moving object represented on a static mini, a transparent one at that, yeah. Like there are different thoughts on how to approach that matter. I think I want to like make the look even more electrical by like making little currents like between this. But yeah, if you see me painting fire, I don't recall, have we painted fire on this stream? I'll tend to paint kind of inverted. It's not necessarily the correct way to do it, but yeah. Like, is the middle of it, if we just look from one direction, is the middle of the lightning effect is probably like on the middle of the currents is what I'm painting bright here. You could also go about it that you paint all the shadows and creases, recesses, etc. Blah 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 blah. Right? But then that wouldn't really be in the middle of these electrical currents. Then we'd paint bright in between the currents. So that's why I'm doing this. This is my reasoning. Feel free to disagree. Okay, see you, Dumlock. Nice to hear, Leogan. We've now also got a little bit of cat hair on our wet palette. Wonder how that happened. Thank you, Slato. That's nice. It's nice to hear that you're liking it. I barely painted any highlights here whatsoever. I have to remedy this. Like, you're rarely going to look at the miniature from this angle, but I want to at least put a tiny bit of effort into it. Trying to put some highlights onto the goggles. Trying to think. Pretty sure we painted some fire earlier in this stream. I don't recall which model currently. Currently. Aw, that's very sweet of you, Leogan. Thank you. That warms my frozen heart. So I saw the new Batman film. Anyone else here see it? I really liked it, actually. The Batman. Certainly much more interesting and enjoyable watch than most of the new, like, very samey Marvel movies, in my opinion. Oh yeah, my Seeking the Blade waiting is kind of ruining my motivation with this tower. Oh, one might even say that it has become a towering prospect for you. Oh, cool. Good luck on food consumption, finding, hunt. Hope you like the film. I kind of want to see it again, but I think that'll have to wait. Such a good looking film. And I like the whole brooding dark detective thing. It's nice to see DC have stepped up their game with films. The Batman with Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz and Andy Serkis and others. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Batman fan, so I was really excited to see it. And I'm one of the ones who liked it. It's very long, and a lot of people find it drags long, but I liked it. I liked it long and brooding and atmospheric. Like, I often like slow movies. For a superhero film, it's pretty slow. Ish. Like, I don't know. Everyone suddenly needs to feed and consume. I find it a bit worrying with the words you're using. Yeah. Like, people are like, Robert Pattinson, such an emo Batman, and like, yeah, Batman is very emo. I like their like depressed, kind of apathetic, but or is it called apathetic? But like he's very closed off, but also really sometimes that all breaks and you see all that sorrow and And, well, how deranged he actually is. I like that. They don't really pretend he's a good guy in that film, which I like. Only real Batman. Well, okay. I don't mind Michael Keaton, but I really liked Sad Bird Pattinson. It's also like probably the like best looking superhero film I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I don't think Val Kilmer was too bad, right? It was probably just the movie wasn't great. Though I admit I don't recall all that much of that film. I like how Michael Keaton's played so many flappy, birdy roles. Like, been Batman, he's been Birdman, he's been Vulture. It's a little funny. I think maybe we can get even more pop if we do a little bit of mixing a little bit of black in with turquoise and paint that here and there. Working with that contrast. Also, music was very good in the Batman. Very atmospheric and moody. Slowly getting to something that I like. I actually don't even mind Ben Affleck's Batman. I think that would have been okay. It's just the films he were in were unfortunate. And yeah, I've seen the Snyder Cut. I think maybe the Snyder Cut is a better film than Justice League. Not sure where that leaves it though. Like, I'm not. It's probably not a great film. It's still not very good. It's just less horrible, I think. Probably. You like the Snyder Cut? uh yeah, sure. Like, it's certainly better, but it's better than like the worst superhero film ever, perhaps. So where does that leave it? I don't know. Oh, McLove, welcome back. We've been speaking about Batman. Strawberry shortcake, nice. I want some too. Gimme. Might have a fika later. Oh no, I used fika as a noun. Spiredine's gonna block me. Or is it the other way around you don't like? I don't know. Ragey! Yeah, maybe Spiridine. I just like I'm not gonna pretend. I think Zack Snyder is really bad at making movies. Yeah. I think he should stay very far away from DC for DC's sake. DC Universe, Steppenwolf. I don't think I've ever seen anything so boring and pointless. Strawberry season. Strawberries are nice. Okay, so let's pick up some light blue paint and glaze that onto the highlighted areas that look like they should get some light from this electrical fire, which is quite a lot of the miniature. Watchmen was good, indeed. I think that's like, how did he manage to do such a good film as Watchmen, and then after that, like, he just produces excrement. I don't know. But sometimes even like a blind something will find the honey or something. Maybe something like that. Uh 300 wasn't bad. Like, I don't recall. It's been so long. But like, since those films, he's not made great things, in my opinion. But I like Watchmen. It's good. If you like, if you're watching this and you like Zack Snyder's work, remember this is just my opinion. Nothing is objectively bad, though it is. It kind of is. So it is OSL o'clock. Using light turquoise, we are glazing that onto already highlighted areas, tinting them, and hoping we don't mess everything up. Kind of. That's pretty much the plan. So if Seamus is the Joker, who is Batman and Malifaux? Molly is obviously Harley Quinn. Lady Justice? Yeah. Yeah, probably, right? Since she's hunting Razzers. A night terror. That's a good reply. Blind as a bat. Yeah. Nifty. Both your answers were very nifty. Yeah. Daredevil or Blind Bat? Because let's face it, like Seamus and McMorning would fit right into Batman. I actually used a Wonder Woman proxy for Lady Justice for a while. Because why not? It was fun. Yeah, I mean, Iron Man isn't like, certainly. He also kind of makes weapons sort of for evil organizations. Yeah, like Charles Hoffman, in my opinion, is probably, I'd say, is probably inspired a bit by Charles Xavier, but it could be a little bit of both. Like Professor X and Iron Man. I mean, it's with inspiration. It's rarely like just with weird. They're rarely just inspired by one single thing, right? Or often they aren't, at least. Because like Hoffman's got almost telepathic relationship with machines, although he doesn't know, like, or like he probably can't speak to them like super maybe as well as Professor X can speak to people, but I don't know. When I mean, I suppose Albus von Stuck resembles Professor X a little bit. Because he's got a school for gifted children, sort of. Bright young vigilante who parkours on the regular. Sounds like Spider-Man, yeah. Is he friends with Ramos by any chance? Victor Ramos. Valedictorian is obviously rogue. I could be onto something there. Why did I paint turquoise there? That's not the right place. Oh, oopsie. Nurture that a little bit. Okay. Hope I'm not ruining this. I think it's going to be pretty good. Probably. Glove says, I'm loving the contrasting blue and orange. Thank you. It's really nice to hear. Well, OSL is really fun. It's of course not the easiest thing in the world, but I think it can be very satisfying. Blue and orange is cool. It's fun. And we like orange is a color you don't often see on miniatures other than like fire. I learned a trick like when trying to figure out where the OSL should hit, you can look like from the direction of it and see if you can like spot like would it hit here or not. Yeah, a little bit. So maybe a little bit of blue here. If that made sense. Not red and black, please. That is true. Red and black are nice though. Honest, good colors of the guild. Or something. Well, the word bears. Right. The word bears. They're good people, right? Weird bears. Now I'm thinking of the good old Slate Ridge Mauler. 4 armed bears. cyber slavery smaller. That sounds cool and dangerous. Maybe lethal. I think I'm liking this. Make a spider legs. Nice. I'm loving the sound of that. Yeah, please do. Um, maybe need to reapply a little bit of silver to some of those small cylinders. I think they're looking a little flat after that glaze. We could try applying silver mixed with a tiny bit of light blue paint. And maybe increase the contrast again by pushing in some more black lines like this. Go, cylinder. Maybe too much there. That's better. Because like the more blue you apply, the less shiny your surface will be. So it's a balancing act. Maybe, yeah, we should probably paint that pressure valve thingy, whatever it's called. Hello, kitty cat. You'll get more food soon enough. Kind of forgot about this one. The valve, not the kitty. Catastrophe. Still, no, she hasn't been eating cardboard for like since I complained last time. But she looks a little unhappy with me. Like, she's like, I mean, I obviously know where the food is at, so why I'm not giving it to her, you know? Yeah, I'm really liking how this mini is turning out. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe when I take pictures, I'm gonna be like looking at the face all zoomed in, being like, oh no, that is the worst feeling. Carefully illustrated by my strange noises. Yes. My cat is very polite. She'll often reply, Eller hur Setkin? Yeah? Don't know if you could hear that. Eller hur means, am I right? Or don't you agree? Well, basically means, right, Setkin? Eller hur Setkin? Right, Setkin? Right. That side of our left hand should also have some shine on it. Gonna be lit by that lightning. So what do you do to break Coslado, Maplev? I forgot to ask. We are almost out of time yet. But we are, I think maybe we're finished. Might be some little detail I want to touch up. We'll see. But yeah. Kim and Knifebot kindly posted my social media stuff there. So if you want to check that out, that'd be awesome. And it's been great hanging out with you as always. Hope you've thought so too. And I shall see you guys next week. So that's me and the Metallurgist. Thank you very much. Hope you liked it. Take care. Bye-bye.